Well, hello, and welcome to yet another Bowtie Pop-Up. It's good to see everybody. I'm working on a little bit different setup on my system today, so hopefully we'll be as smooth as butter. Hey, Jason from Allotment of the Dead, stick around for a minute because we're planting some of the seeds you gave me. Those are the ones I'm planting. I'm very excited to get the MA warthog and a few other things in soil and see some of the simple ways that I do it. Just about everybody I see in the chat right now knows that I deal with some pretty rough ADHD and focus challenges. And oh yes, they are hot. I'm really excited about them too. Oh my goodness. I got a lot of seeds to put in. I actually just bought me some mammoth melting sugar snow peas from the local Lowe's just yesterday. But anyway, there is a lot of advice out there for seed starting, and I am not going to disparage a single one of those people because every one of them have their strength. In fact, I was hearing someone talk not long ago about who they're going to watch, and they're not going to watch certain kinds of channels that, I don't know, they show stuff that she didn't want to see. And it was interesting. She had a good argument, but it was interesting to see what kind of things she was watching and not watching. And a lot of the stuff goes to very simplistic gardening. And no, Francesca, I saw that comment. It is not new merch. This is a gift from Cousin Bowtie Mark right there in chat. He got this for me for my birthday. I'm very proud of that. I'm actually going to hang it up. I was a little late there because I started up with my regular microphone and realized it was very quiet. And speaking of microphone, am I sounding okay to everybody? I hope so. And we're all talking clear here. And I see, of course, Jay, our facilitator extraordinaire, interviewee movie star, and Lord of all chat is going to be Jay from Ecology Today. And of course, sitting right next to her on her right hand, which makes her probably more important, maybe, is Shawnee over at Shawnee Grows. Thank you for showing up, you two. I appreciate that. I know that my lives being pop-ups the way they are, this could be stressful. I do have a second camera set up dealing with some of this stuff, and whoop, that didn't come up. Well, wouldn't you know? Now it's not going to come up. See, we come here to see what's going to blow up, right? Everybody's here to see what's going to, oh yeah. And so now my keep rest kicks in. We're going to see if that'll pop in there. But anyway, we have a camera set up out in the Florida room, which is literally that door. I'm going to turn the camera slowly. You can see that door right there. That goes out to the Florida room. And apparently, it has time. Oh, there it is. Well, that's weird. How did that happen? Okay, maybe we won't use that one. Maybe that's a hint that I'm not supposed to be using that camera, but I wanted to because I wanted to show my setup. Anyway, so we have Muddy Puddles. You are here at last. I was so excited. You know, there it comes again. I almost started about the same time as you started, Joe, and fortunately, Jay set me straight like immediately. She says, but Muddy Puddles is starting up in like 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, good Lord, I can't do that. I would never do that. So, yes, and Francesca is here, of course. And Rob. Rob is Rob today, not Robert. Apparently, June is not mad at him today. When June is mad, it becomes Robert. Oh, hey, there we go. Hey, it's working now. Okay. Anyway, so that is my seed starting area outside, and it is cold out there. And so there are actually heat mats set up, and we'll go take a look at that here in just a little bit, because it's going to be where we go with this. I do have this little special package, and some of you know what this is. In fact, Jason, I know you recognize that. There's some goodies in there. I did a Seed Talk pop-up about all that stuff. If Look to Nature comes in, Look to Nature sent me some really interesting seeds. I was very excited to get a little blue packet. Very fancy. I like the packaging, brother. That is Mike over there. I got more marigolds that I'm going to have to plant. And he just plopped the whole bloom in there, which... What is going on with that camera? Okay, well, let's see if we can get something to work right here. Anyway, so yeah, he just popped the whole heads of these flowers in here. We have a Day of the Dead marigold. That sounds interesting, Jason. And Mission marigold. Also have some Cheerioroxa purple perfume peppers, which sound interesting. And the thing I want is Aunt Molly's ground cherries. I'm going to be planting those out. I would love to have ground cherries that would never die. But here's the big thing, though. Diamondback rattlesnake bean. Hello. That was my notice that I went live. Diamondback rattlesnake bean. And that is, of course, from our esteemed member, Mike, over at Look to Nature Homestead. He is one of the members here. But I am digging through, oh, here it is, I see it. I'm digging through here for a very special card. Thank you, Jason, I love it. We have a thing about these Highland, oh, I can't think of what they're called. Do you know what they're called? It's very, very cool. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this is a package I'm gonna have to take care of. But I have, look at this. Look how many Joe's Long seeds I have. I actually had enough to send Robin a few, and I think Robin already got those planted. And of course, we have Lesia sweet pepper, a St. Thomas USVI pepper, and our specials for the year is going to be, and these are the two I'm planting right now, is the MA Warthog and the Dragon's Breath, both of which are well over 2 million on the Scoville scale. And Jason, I got to tell you, the fact that you remembered we had a conversation about this, that was pretty cool. I don't know how you did that, brother. We're going to try to grow this Datura purple, ballerina purple. Purple is one of Mrs. Bowtie's favorite colors, and so we're going to focus on that color in the garden and try to get more purple. I would like to have purple and yellow in the garden. I know there's been a lot of chat going through here, and I know I'm not going to be getting through all of it, so you'll have to bear with me. I need a baklava with Allotment of the Dead on it. Oh, a balaclava. Yes, you do. Don't you have one? I thought, Shawnee has one. Ask her where she got hers. It looks really nice. Shawnee has lots of great merchandise over at Shawnee Grows. Highland Cow, is that it? I think so. Yeah. Day of the Dead marigolds are Mexican marigolds. Mexican marigolds. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Eddie. Good to see you over here. I actually saw you over on Joe's thing right there. I think you came in near the end, and it was good to see you there. I know I'm missing some people. I saw something else go by, but I'm not going to. You'll have to bear with me as I get through here. Highland cattle, yes. Thank you, everybody, for clarifying and educating me, because I am a little slow. Are we all coming through okay here? Just let me know if everything looks good on the chat. I wanted to talk about the simplicity of planting seeds, and I might be talking to a beginner, and I might be talking to an advanced person. I've been growing my own seeds. This is year 7, and I've done a lot of things with growing seeds, and I've enjoyed it. It's fun, but with my brain, there's a few things that I wanted to discuss that I do to really simplify things. With ADHD, it's a challenge sometimes to remember to water the plants, to feed the plants, to pot them up when they're ready. And so things happen and plants get stressed and well, you know, things go wrong, right? And so that's been my biggest challenge, is trying to get things to go less wrong for an ADD brain. And doing that has had some growing pains, because I remember our first year in this house, it's in a video, it's in 2021, is that when 2022, I killed 200 plants in 1 month, 200 seedlings in 1 month, and kind of put myself way behind that year. Ended up getting all my hot peppers replanted by July, but I just didn't water them, and things went sideways. I'm having a issue on one of my things here. Why is this not working? Yeah, and see, the fun thing about coming to my pop-ups is you just never know what's going to go wrong. Here we go. Did that pop up? No, it didn't pop up. Good Lord. I just need to push the buttons and let it catch up. That's been a problem with this Stream Deck. I have a slower laptop, and it is being a bit of a challenge. So anyway, one of the first things that I do is my soil. And I know some of you spend a lot of money on fancy soils. I have seen some incredible soils out there that is like, wow, I'd like to use that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure my brain could justify getting that expensive a soil. And I mean, Doug over at Croc Gardener, remember Croc Gardener? We're supporting him. We're trying to get him through to making his monetization. He told in his recent seed starting video, he told about spending $50, $60 on seed starting soil. And that seed starting soil that's a lot of seed starting soil. Actually, it's not. It's just very expensive. Rob says, I have had to re-sow my hot peppers because of lack of water. Yeah. And see, putting it up there in the attic like you do, that would concern me, because I would forget it. And where we're putting our plants this year is where I killed 200 plants, and I'm somehow going to have to remember to get out there and water those things. So anyway, expensive soil. Now, folks, and I'm going to be up and down here a little bit. I'm going to use this chair. This is our cheap, and I know, it says potting mix. This is our cheap potting mix that we get at our local Lowe's, which is a big box hardware store, for those of you who don't know what Lowe's is. I have crocked for 6 hours today, maybe cooked, I'm supposing. Oh, you'll have to fill me in on that, Jay. I have to keep my plants in my bedroom. May I suggest you do that? Well, if I had a room in the bedroom, the problem with the bedroom is it's got all kinds of garbage in it from the remodel. Furniture moved out. Anyway, so yes, this is potting soil. And I use this to great success. And I want to show you the very simple thing that I do. And I'll show it here. It has chunks in it. It does have some meaty little chunks in it. And I'm dripping all over the place. But one thing I do here, the very first thing I will do, and we're just going to plant a few of these seeds just to get the process, my slow brain's process out. I actually go and steal Mrs. Bowtie's steamer insert, where she steams her, broccoli. And she's not here right now, so I can't be supervised. I made sure not to tell her that I'm going live, and Cousin Bowtie Mark will probably rat me out before the day is over. But Cousin Bowtie Mark and his wife are very good friends of ours. In fact, they used to work together. But I will actually sift my soil out. And I'm doing this because, you know what? I'm going to kill things. I know I'm going to kill things. It's a sad state of affairs. And I hate wasting that much money. I'm a cheapskate, which I've admitted to many, many times. And here's some other soil that I have recycled from old seed starting cups. And we're going to talk about those in a second. But remember, the theme here is trying things to simplify things so that, I don't know, we don't kill as much stuff. And so I'm actually going to just sift out enough here. Actually, I need to get through this. I put too much in there. And I'm raising a big cloud, as you can see, in our living room. Again, I am unsupervised. Mark, maybe you should have come over here. I have... Oh, you have crocked. I love it. You have crocked. I did. I got in about 5 or 6 hours myself. But anyway, so we've got a lot of stuff in here. And this is now really fine stuff. You can see it's super, super fine. Now, I do have... Oh, what did I do with it? You know what? I'm going to go out to there real quick. All right. So that will be the other camera that we're looking at. I have a bag of vermiculite, which I bought at the other big box hardware store. And if you don't know what the other hardware store, it's the Orange Devil. And we will no longer speak its name. And so, because they don't sell this anymore, I'm very sad. They had a big bag of perlite. And now, is everybody hearing me okay? I got the gain turned up pretty far on my microphone. I'll never tell. Mark, I don't believe you. You know, we're going to be doing our 5 at 5 here pretty soon, and we're going to be, anyway. All right, so I am mixing about, that's a little bit much on the vermiculite. Now, vermiculite is a natural product. It does not hurt your Florida roof cam. It does not hurt your stuff. For those of you who are new, most of us that are in here know what vermiculite is. Now, the thing is, this is real dry right now. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pour this in here. And you already, those of you who do this regularly already can tell, okay, he's doing this a little different than I might do it. And I guarantee I probably am. So, yes, thank you, Shawnee. You know about vermiculite. To improve aeration, retain moisture, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, I have stolen Mrs. Bowtie's spoon. No, this is not her spoon. This is a cheap spoon we got from some event. And I'm like, you know what? You're going to throw that out? I'm too cheap. I have to save things like that and find a use for them. So I use these little cheap plastic spoons to do stuff like this. And so I'm just doing this, and we know exactly how moist. You can hear this on 1,000 channels. And I'm about to get to the first thing that is going to blow someone's mind. Not really. And again, this is not advanced stuff. This is just out of necessity what I've come up with. Now, we now have a soil mix, which there's a little bit of water dripping out. It's going to go in, but look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful soil. And I'm doing this. I don't always do this much when I'm doing my soil. Sometimes I won't even use the vermiculite or perlite if it's just regular seeds. And the reason is I just heard an explosion. There is an EOD base. They have been blowing up something this week. Good grief, that was loud. Anyway, did y'all hear the boom? You probably couldn't hear the boom. I've got this microphone doesn't pick up stuff like that. Well, anyway, so talk about where we're going to put this soil. Now, everybody has seen these Jiffy trays, right? Raise your hands if you use the Jiffy trays, or you have some, or you used to have some, or you started with some. These are actually 6 years old. These are the trays that I started with, and yes, I have a whole bunch of them. No boom, okay. It sounded like someone kicked my front door. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of them, and I use these. I'll be using them for those ground cherries. One thing I'll be using for. I'm excited about those. But I will plant up my seeds, and these, I am considering these MA Warthog and Dragon's Breath probably about the highest priority seeds I have, because Jason over there at Allotment of the Dead is going to skewer me if I kill too many of these. So now I am using these. These are actually reused from a party we had, and I have been using these for years. In fact, these cups here are either 2 or 3 years old. And so I'm not going to just scoop in there. So think about what we're planting in here. We're planting a hot pepper. So I'm going to be putting soil in here, and we're going to be putting the seed in the top. The seed is the only thing that needs this special soil. So this much of the bottom, oh, what happened there? Oh, I didn't clear that. Okay, let's see if I can clear that. Wow. That has really gone sideways. Anyway, the seed is the only thing that needs the fine soil. Everything down below here is going to be reached when that seed starts getting mature. And so what will I put in what will I fill the bottom of this cup with? Well, do you remember we sifted out a whole bunch of larger stuff in this sifter? All right, freak out now. I know some of you are freaking out. No, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do it this way. Yes, I am. And I've been doing it this way for many years because it simplifies my life and gives me less stress. And I am making such a big mess. I'm actually going to have to run the vacuum cleaner before Mrs. Bowtie gets home. So, whoa. Yeah, now I just doused all my seeds. I should have moved those out of the way. There we go. Anyway, so I'm going to get it wet, of course, like I'm supposed to. And then I'm going to take my really good stuff here and I'm going to put in just the top 1/4 inch. That's all I need. And talk about this solo cup in just a second. I've just got a layer of the good stuff on the top. Those poor seeds. and I know Jason's got his face in his hand saying, "Oh, who did I give these seeds to? Is this person insane?" Let's see. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, so my nice white shirt, it is a work shirt, so it's okay. I am going to take an MA Warthog seed, and I'm going to put it in this cup. Now, it sounds ludicrous to put a single seed in a cup this big. I'm getting to the point where I'm using this clear cup. But there's the seed. Okay, right there in the middle of my palm. Oh my gosh! Thank you. Appreciate that. Is that Jerry or is that Kim? Oh, good to see y'all. It's always an honor to have y'all here. Kelly Kim does a great live on Mondays. It's 2:00 Central Time. What time is it for you guys? In fact, Jay, would you post a link to Kim's site? Anyway, so now I just simply cover that seed over, and that seed is planted. Now, my ADD brain, for those of you who weren't here before, my ADD brain will forget to water this. My ADD brain will forget to up pot this, which is why I'm not using the starter thing. My ADD brain will be wondering if this thing has rooted. And so with the clear cup, you know what? You can very easily see when the roots are fully developed in here. And it will stay in here until I'm ready to put it out in all reality, I could probably put it out by the end of next month. It's not going to be big enough, but we're going to be warm here in Destin, Florida in about 2.5 weeks. So this can go out literally any time, but it can live in this cup because it has great volume here. It will retain the water. I will keep it bottom watered a little more regularly. And it's just simplifying steps and making things simpler. Oh, okay. Well, hey, Kim and Jerry, it's an honor to see you here. And B. Whittam. And we've got a whole, oh, Leslie showed up. There's a lot of people that's showing up here. So glad to see y'all. Anyway, so this is my ADD brain's way of simplifying thing. In fact, Jerry over at Cali Kim has had some really good videos recently on trying to figure out what is important. You know, where are we at? And Londa, good to see you too. Anyway, so this thing is ready to go. All I have to do is keep it watered. Now, good grief, now I can't go outside because my microphone wasn't working good enough. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try to, dare I change microphones? This might be a disaster. Give me just a second. I didn't plan for this properly. Okay. So this microphone isn't quite as loud, but I'm going to change over to this microphone because we're going to go out to the seed starting area, and I just wanted to show y'all what I'm doing out there. So bear with me just a moment because this is totally unplanned. I actually wanted to use the other microphone. It isn't registering yet. Hang on. It's not going to register because I am on. No, I'm not staying warm, brook trout. Thank you very much. Take your weather back. I'm tired of it. All right, well, that's not going to work. Anyway, so let me just tell you what we've got here. On the left here, you can see the shelves are just now. Yell. I can't quite yell that long. That room is actually about 30 feet long, and the camera is on the far, far end of it. But the sunshine, the afternoon sun shines on that shelf. There will be a light. In fact, you can see right behind the Bowtie logo right there, you can see a heat mat sitting on a ceramic tile. That makes it level. And I will stick one of my work lights on the shelf above it. And yes, I use my work lights. I'm a handyman, and it's what I use. And so I use lights that are about 5,000 Kelvin. I would love 5,700 Kelvin. And if you ever look at those ratings on lights, 5,700 Kelvin is the Kelvin rating of the sun itself as it hits the surface of the earth. Now, in space, the sun shines at 10,000 Kelvin, and it kind of hurts the eyes. But when it gets through the atmosphere, it becomes 5,750, I think it's 5,750 Kelvin or something like that, which is why if you're just picking up regular work lights, you want to try to get around the 5,000 to 6,000 Kelvin mark. And so I have these nice bright work lights that I'll be using there for that. And I was looking around to see if I had one. I actually don't have one here. They're not set up, but there's also heat mats because it gets cold out there as well. And so I'm going to be putting these seedlings on heat mats with a humidity dome until they, of course, germinate. As soon as you start seeing leaves, you take them out of the humidity dome. And that will keep it good for the time that it's going to be out there. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Oh, Jay Dixon is our facilitator extraordinaire. She does a wonderful job. And of course, Londa, we just got monetized. And Shawnee, we got monetized last November. We do have Croc Gardener. I haven't seen him come in yet, but he does work a regular job. So that's going to be understandable. Anyway, that is my super simplified method for planting seeds. I do want to cover one more thing. That I do. Again, I keep this cheap. I'll admit it. I'm a cheapskate. I'm a major cheapskate. And so I reuse my tags. Now you'll notice this tag has a bend in it. This is the milk jug that my almond milk comes in. Almond Breeze almond milk comes in. The interesting thing about these milk jugs is these milk jugs are UV stable, which means when this is sitting out in the sun, it's not going to break down. In fact, most of my name tags are at least 2 years old. Some of them are up to 6 years old. Now, then you get to the other thing, and I did a video on this next little thing, but the next thing, what do you write on it with? Well, I write on it with a Sharpie Extreme. And people say, well, Sharpie Extreme gets on there, it fades out. Well, it does fade out over time. I find the Extreme actually sticks around for a whole season, which this has been out in the sun. And what I will do is I will actually have this side facing south so the sun hits this and it doesn't hit the lettering in here. It can fade. So the next question is, how do we get rid of that writing on there? And I know someone's going to say alcohol, and you know, I'm lazy, right? So there's got to be an easier way than scrubbing with alcohol, because alcohol takes work. So I want to show you a little bit of a miracle, and you're going to laugh if you didn't see the video, but how many of you have this sitting around your house or something like it? I've tested Coppertone. I haven't tested other brands, but we have marker written on here with Sharpie, and I want to show you something kind of miraculous. I've left this on camera. Look at that. No scrubbing, no nothing. That thing is ready to go. Can you see that? It's no work. It's absolutely no work. You can clean Sharpie Extreme off of these plastic tags all day with a little bit of sunscreen. And that's as simple as it gets. I don't use sunscreen. Mrs. Bowtie actually does, so I stole some of hers. And hopefully Mark won't tell me on that either, because, yeah, anyway. So see, the problem is Mark talks to his wife, and they're all going over to his house tonight to do something. And yeah. So anyway, another last little tip. If you keep a can of this around, then you can do this. Now, the reason I know this, I'm a handyman. As a handyman, occasionally I was called in to clean Sharpie off of cabinets that a autistic child had written all over. It was a rented unit, and the landowner, the guy that owned the place, he asked me to go in and clean up the place. And well, I happen to know you spray this on it. And yeah, that's a good question, Jason. Then what does sunscreen do for your skin? And it kind of makes me reconsider using sunscreen. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, I did use this to clean up that unit. And let me tell you something. It was beautiful. It was done. Thank you for being here, Shawnee. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody showing up. Be sure to click thumbs up on this video if you found anything helpful here. And those of you on the replay, thank you for watching. Until mine is finished holding up the light. Joe, I would never, you were scheduled. My pop-ups are total squirrel moments, and I would never usurp your time knowingly. And it's one of the reasons why I'm enjoying having Jay around. I'm trying to get into the habit of at least giving her a heads up and letting her know. So anyway, we do have memberships, and I do have one more thing I want to do here before we're done. But we do have memberships, and they're low-cost memberships. We had some people that said they wanted to help support the gardens, which is where it goes to. Y'all help buy the lapel mics that we got. We're doing some other things that's coming up and all that. But here's the big thing about the memberships, folks. I'm not pressuring anyone. If you are in a season where you feel like you want to help, your help is more than welcome. If you are not in a season to help, you are still just as welcome here, because just being here, being part of this community, you know what? I would not have gotten that seed in the soil if it wasn't for all of y'all. I knew you were going to show up, and I appreciate you being here because you motivate me to get stuff done. And I cannot thank you enough for being here because of that motivation. Last thing, be sure and go over Croc Gardener. He is really struggling getting monetized. He is this close. He has his 1,000 subscribers. He had a really good year last January. And so he is fighting his younger, more energetic self that's not dealing with growing up boys. They were younger a year ago, and so he actually had a really good month in January. So as January falls off, he's got some days that were like 200 hours in a day. As those fall off, we're trying to make up for it this January. And it's very difficult. It's hard to gain ground. So I'm asking everybody to go over and be sure to play a few videos of the Croc Gardener. I have no doubt that Jay has already popped his link into the chat. If you're not here for the chat, if you're on Team Replay, I will be putting it in the description as soon as we're done. Hey, there you are. Hey, Mo. I asked you, did you answer if Duke was having a sunny day today? I can't remember. Anyway, so we are working to help Croc Gardener, my friend, become monetized. And it will happen. It's just a matter of when. So appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate the comments on Team Replay. We do have the Amazon storefront that if you use that to start shopping, we actually get a credit for. Duke needed snow pulled from, oh no. Is that dangerous for them to have snow packed in their hooves like that? I was curious about that because I heard you talking about him walking on his pee holes in his stable and stuff, and you were cleaning it out. And I thought, then you showed him running around out there, and he was happy. Oh my goodness, you want to see a happy horse? Mo over at Crazy Life Homestead just had the video about letting Duke out after the snow, and he was so excited. But anyway, so completely lost my train of thought, didn't I? I went on a complete squirrel moment there. Where was I? Are the bane of my existence. Oh, I know, Londa. And you've been doing this a long time, too. I don't know what's going on my phone. Thank you, Kim and Jerry, for being here. Appreciate y'all, too. And there's Mike right at the end, brother. One of our channel members, Mike. Appreciate you. In fact, he was the guy, in fact, those of you who are members, there's a cowboy bow tie. And when Mike joined up, his join allowed me to get another emoji in there, and I put in the cowboy bow tie. So really, Mike's emoji is the cowboy bow tie. That's why I use that a lot for you, Mike, when I'm responding to your comments. So anyway, yeah, run those playlists on the Croc Gardener. All you great people, thank you so much for showing up and motivating me to get this started, because you know what? I've got one seed in the soil. I'm going to have a few more before the day's over, and I have to pick all this stuff up and hide it before Mrs. Bowtie. Oh, you know what? I forgot a very important thing. This would just take a moment. First off, look at what I discovered in my Florida room. This is a citronella plant. I've got mushrooms growing in this pot. Isn't that funny? I do want to show you one other thing. And now I will say, Callie Kim, I did use that bumper crop. It's a great all-purpose fertilizer, which is what it is. It was a 555, and I am still using that up. You know, I went looking for a master nursery, and the closest master nursery is like 250 miles away. I thought it was funny. They are all over the country, but not near here. It was very funny. Anyway, so what I do use, though, I use for almost everything, I use 2 fertilizers. Now, I'm not saying these are the brands to use. Not what I'm saying here. These are what I have available to me at my local store. And there's a reason why I use these two. The reason is not this. The reason is this part down here where it says, and you know what I'm looking for, and I don't have my glasses on. Where are my glasses? I've got some glasses sitting around here. There we go. It's that NPK number. There it is. It's that, in this one, it's 463. This is the important number here. Now, why is that important for seedlings? Well, the first two numbers are the big numbers, 4 and 6, nitrogen and phosphorus. And nitrogen and phosphorus are more important for growing your seedlings. And so this fertilizer has a little bit more nitrogen and phosphorus. Now, the other thing I do like about this is that it's organic. And organic is a little slower to break down, which means your seedlings, as they're starting to grow, by the time they start growing, you're going to have a little more available feed. And I'll actually mix a little bit of this into that soil. I should have mixed it into that top section of this soil. Anyway, so the 463, because the first two numbers are the bigger numbers, it's a little bit better for seedlings. Now, any feed is good, especially if it's organic. I like the organic stuff. The other thing, though, I get it about the locations, yeah. The other end of it, though, and this is the back end of it. This bag, oh, here it is. This tomato tone is 346. So now the small numbers are on the front. The big numbers are on the back end, 3, 4, and 6. Now the 6 is potassium. Potassium and phosphorus are the important things for root development and fruit and flowering. And so when you switch to a fertilizer that has higher numbers on the backside later on, you're helping that plant into its new life. It's now mature, and it helps it get better feed. And so I'll actually put this in the garden when I'm feeding the stuff, whatever I'm planting, after it's grown. But I will actually mix in a little bit of this in with my soil. And just all it does is it's one less step that I need to do, and it's done for me. It's in there, and that plant's going to be good until I go put it in the garden. So that's everything. That is everything. Yeah, I'm just so excited about this. I have several citronella plants from cuttings, but it's got mushrooms growing in the Florida room. Is that not the wildest thing? Okay, I am done. I am totally done. I appreciate everybody showing up. Appreciate you watching the video. If you're on the team replay, be sure to holler out in the chat and let us know you're here. If you have any questions, or even more important, if you want to share your experiences, please do that. We do also have the Bowtie Bunch. It's a private Facebook group. It's going to be linked in the description of this video, and it is a private Facebook group where we can ask questions and discuss and share photos and have just have fun in a private setting where we don't feel like we're yelling at the whole internet. A lot of you are already in there. I recognize a whole bunch of names. You do have to answer just some basic questions like who are you, etc. And I'm pretty much have an open door policy right now, so you're welcome to join in there. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Cheers, Jason. I'm so glad you got to be here because I'm planting. Whoa, I pushed the wrong button. Uh-oh. My camera's going to disappear in a moment. But anyway, so yeah, there it goes. It'll pop back up here in a moment. But anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up and encouraging me and everything else. Appreciate you guys, Kim and Jerry. As always, I'll see y'all on your next video. I watch your videos through the week. I enjoy those. It's not coming back up. Oh my goodness. Jerry, if you get a Stream Deck, you're going to have to tell me how you do with it, because that's what this is. I got me a Stream Deck donated, and I have challenges. Oh, there it is. I have challenges with it sometimes. So I don't think you guys use a Stream Deck. Anyway, I'm going to say that is the end and sign off eventually. This Stream Deck, it's the slow computer. I know what it is. There it goes. All righty. Have a blessed day, all.